Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. Then how are you?
Good, thank you. My name is Ruchika and I'm from India.
Pardon, Ruchika.
That's right.
Ruchika or
Yeah, that's right.
okay, Mama. It was really a nice, nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, ma'am. The thing is, I'm very happy to see you in the Cambly. Being an Indian, I'm really proud of you.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
I'm a YouTuber here in India. I'm
Okay,
running a YouTube channel, especially for Telugu people. Telugu is
okay,
my mother tongue. So why I'm making the Cambly conversations? It's because to give the awareness to my followers and to my students how to
okay,
make a conversation with the foreigners or else unknown people.
okay,
Okay, in this regard, we would like to have a short or quick chat or conversation.
okay, sure.
How can we develop English language and communication skills?
Mm-hmm.
Being an Indian and you are staying in New Zealand currently, right? And you are
Um,
teaching.
right now, right now I'm in India, but back when I made the
Okay.
video, I was in New Zealand. Yes.
Okay, great, great. And so give some tips to my students, then how can we improve our English language and communication skills? And especially while making a conversation with others, then what are the mistakes that we are committing when we are expressing our thoughts and ideas and views, and especially while making a conversation or else while facing a job interview.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna put that question on to you. How did you develop your conversation skills?
Basically, after completion of my post graduation,
హాయ్ ఫ్రెండ్స్, ఇంగ్లీష్ లెసన్స్ని వినడమే కాదు, బాగా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలి. ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలంటే వన్ ఆన్ వన్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయడం చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. దీనిని దృష్టిలో ఉంచుకొని మీకు క్యాంబ్లీ యాప్ని మీకు ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేయబోతున్నాను అనమాట. ఈ క్యాంబ్లీ యాప్ ద్వారా మీరు ట్యూటర్స్ని చూస్ చేసుకొని వాళ్ళతో మీరు వన్ ఆన్ వన్ సెషన్స్లో మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయవచ్చు. ఈ ట్యూటర్స్ మనకి 10,000 మందికి పైగా ఆల్ ఓవర్ ది వరల్డ్ మనకి సర్వీసెస్ అనేది అందిస్తున్నారనమాట. అంతేకాకుండా వీళ్ళంతా యూఎస్, యూకే, కెనడా వంటి దేశాలకి చెందిన వాళ్ళు. వీళ్ళందరూ కూడా ఇంటర్నేషనల్లీ సర్టిఫైడ్ ట్రైనర్స్. ఈ ట్యూటర్స్తో నేను మాట్లాడి నా యొక్క ఇంగ్లీష్ లాంగ్వేజ్ అండ్ కమ్యూనికేషన్ స్కిల్స్ని చాలా వరకు నేను డెవలప్ చేసుకున్నాను. ఈ నవంబర్లో బ్లాక్ ఫ్రైడే ఆఫర్ అనేది క్యాంబ్లీ కోర్సెస్పై నడుస్తుంది. 6 నెలలు లేదా అంతకంటే పైబడిన కోర్సెస్ని మీరు 50 రాజేష్ అనే కోడ్ని ఉపయోగించి తీసుకోవడం ద్వారా మీకు 50% ఆఫర్ అనేది లభిస్తుంది. అంతేకాకుండా 2,500 వర్త్ మీకు ఫ్రీ గిఫ్ట్స్ కూడా మీకు లభిస్తాయి. అది ఈ నెలాఖరు వరకు మాత్రమే, నవంబర్ ఎండింగ్ వరకు మాత్రమే. ఈ ఆఫర్ని మీరు అవైల్ చేసుకోవాలనుకుంటే ఇప్పుడే మీరు క్యాంబ్లీ యాప్ని వీడియో డిస్క్రిప్షన్ ఉన్న లింక్ ద్వారా మీరు డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోండి, లేదా కామెంట్ బాక్స్లో క్యాంబ్లీ యాప్ లింక్ని కూడా నేను పిన్ చేశానండి. ఇంకా ఏమాత్రం ఆలోచన చేయకుండా మీ యొక్క ఇంగ్లీష్ లాంగ్వేజ్ అండ్ కమ్యూనికేషన్ స్కిల్స్ని డెవలప్ చేసుకొని భవిష్యత్తులో బాగా సెటిల్ అవ్వండి. ఐ విష్ యూ ఆల్ ద బెస్ట్.
I made a note of 200 daily used sentences
Okay.
uh, in Telugu. Then later on, I translate all those sentences into English without any grammatical mistakes and sentence errors. Later
Mm-hmm.
on, I put those 200 sentences into practice.
Okay.
Okay.
And you're still using those 200 sentences, or do you continue to study more?
Yeah. Continuing, I'm adding more sentences, more and more sentences.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay. So there are various ways in which people can improve their communication skills.
Mm.
The most important method to do that is by practicing. Like you said,
Okay.
you practice using
Okay.
those 200 sentences.
Okay.
So everyone doesn't need to memorize
Mm.
words or phrases. The whole idea is to use them as much as possible. So
Okay.
even if you study one or two phrases every day, the idea is to use them again and again so that they become a part of your vocabulary. The
Okay.
words and phrases that you use on a daily basis, those are the ones that come to you most easily in a difficult or challenging situation like a job interview.
Okay.
The reason why people get nervous about job interviews is because we have to answer questions that we don't usually answer in our day to day life,
Okay.
right? That's why they
Mm.
have to practice. That's why they have to think before they answer those questions. Yeah.
Okay.
So the key, I think, is to practice. While communicating with people from other countries, I think it's
Mm.
important to speak slowly and
Mm.
clearly.
Okay.
Because another person who has the same first language as you
Hmm.
will be able to understand your accent
Okay.
easily because they've been listening to the same accent since
So that
they
means
were
if
children.
I speak, yeah, if I speak in Telugu, since Telugu is my mother tongue, if I speak English, only the person then who has a mother tongue of Telugu language can easily understand my English language.
Not only, but I'm saying it's easier for them to understand your
Okay.
when you speak in English, especially if you speak fast. But
Okay.
for someone from other countries who isn't used to listening to the same first language or isn't used to listening to English spoken in that way, it can be difficult.
Okay.
For example, when you speak to someone from another country and if they speak really fast, it's a
Hmm.
challenge to understand them, right?
Okay.
Even though they're speaking in English.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, a lot of people find it easier to listen to American English than British
Hmm.
English. The
Yes.
only reason for that is because we have more exposure to American TV compared to British
Okay.
TV. That's the
Okay.
only reason. That's why we're used to that accent.
Okay.
Yeah.
And here my another question is, what are the barriers you
Hmm.
have faced while making conversation with foreigners, or else while learning English language, while improving English language? Barriers
Barriers.
or problems, barriers. Hmm.
Yes. I think barriers while communicating with students is
Hmm.
with vocabulary. Sometimes uh, students from other countries don't understand when I ask
Hmm.
them a question. So then
Hmm.
I just type the question or I translate it in their language or I speak a little slower.
Okay. So
Hmm.
the first of all, then we have to speak slowly and clearly
Yes.
to others. One
Yes.
thing. And how about our accent? Our accent is completely different from foreigners. Then how
Yes.
can we match up with their accent?
I think if you speak slowly and clearly, your
Okay.
accent becomes neutral. We
Okay.
don't need to sound American or British.
Okay.
All we have to do is speak clearly. It's okay to
Okay.
have an American accent, it's okay to have a British accent, Australian accent, it's okay to
Hmm.
have an Indian accent. The
Okay.
barrier comes when the other person can't understand what
Hmm.
you've said. To
Hmm.
make them understand, all that we have to do is speak slowly and clearly. That's all.
Hmm.
Another
Good.
thing
Thank you.
I would say is don't feel shy
Hmm.
to ask the other person to repeat themselves. A lot of
Okay.
times, not just students from India, but other countries as well, if English is not their first language, students find it difficult. They feel shy or
Hmm.
embarrassed to ask a person to repeat what they've said. They say, "Oh, I didn't understand what he said, but I felt too shy to ask him to repeat." But it's okay. The speaker understands that English is your second language and they're happy to repeat themselves. So don't feel shy in telling someone that I'm sorry I didn't catch that. Or
Okay.
saying, I'm sorry, could you please type that, especially in an online meeting.
Okay. If we do not understand, then we have to ask them to repeat or at least
Yes,
type that sentence. Okay. And now
yes.
my next question is, my students are asking that someone said, "So I need a speaking partner." Everyone is asking that. To improve my English language, we need to have a speaking partner. So by speaking only, we can improve our conversation skills. The people
Right.
are kept on asking me, so what's your suggestion? If at all, if we do not find a speaking partner in our surroundings, and what is the best way to practice English language?
Well, for your students, I would recommend that you partner them up, match your students with each other so that they can become each other's speaking partners.
Okay. Okay.
That's one. Another
Hmm.
way could be to speak and record yourself speaking into your phone and then listen to it.
Okay.
Record yourself asking questions, record yourself talking about what you did on the weekend or
Hmm.
If you're preparing for an interview, practice answering those interview questions and record yourself. And
Okay.
then when you listen to the recording, you can identify your own mistakes usually.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
So if we do not have partner, we have to record our question and answers in the mobile, and we have to watch after completion of the recording, and we can
You
find
don't have to. You don't have to, but you can. It is an option. Yeah.
okay, okay, we can, okay, right. We are facing one problem, that is everyone here in Andhra and Telangana states, in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana states are speaking only Telugu. If I ask my students, or if I ask some other person to come to me and to have a practice for a while, they may not paying concentration. So because of this reason, and students are learning, and students are listening to the lessons and they are not practicing. So for them, what is the best advice that I can expect
My
from you?
advice would be to ask them what is their motivation.
Okay.
The only time a student will come for lessons and not practice is if their motivation is probably not clear. So
Okay.
the first question I always ask my students is, what is your motivation? Why are you studying English? Or why
Okay.
do you want to improve your speaking skills? Is it for
Okay.
an interview? Is it to study abroad? Is it to get a promotion
Hmm.
or to impress your boss? If the
Hmm.
motivation is strong, the person
Hmm.
will automatically work hard or do whatever needs to be done. And it's okay. The Even if they don't have time to practice,
Hmm.
it's important for them to know that if they don't practice frequently, their their progress will be slower. They will progress, but it will just be slower.
Okay.
And
Progress will be slower. Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
And some people are okay with it, and some
Hmm.
people who want to make progress faster, then they put in extra practice as well.
Okay. Hmm. Good. And you can ask me any question. Then we have
So
only
what do
3 minutes
you
left. I'm a professional English teacher.
do?
I
Okay,
teach English language and communication skills and English grammar in a bilingual method.
okay, I see.
Um, and I
And
have,
who do you? Yeah.
yeah, I have a YouTube channel. The name of my YouTube channel is Learn English with Rajesh.
Mm,
I have 715K plus subscribers.
mm,
Okay, I'm running a Google app that's called that's also naming English with Rajesh.
okay.
Mm, mm.
So you only teach online, or do you teach face to face?
Provide video lectures to my students, only video lectures to
Okay.
my students. But you know what, I don't believe learning through online, or else the best way to learn any language is a practical way, or person to person, I believed in. So it's because of that, this reason I provide only video courses to my students, and I teach through YouTube channel.
So you only have pre-recorded videos, not
Yes,
like live videos like this.
live sessions. Okay. Mm.
No live sessions.
No live sessions.
Okay, I see.
Mm.
All right, interesting.
Mm. Mm.
So when
So
did
why
you start teaching English?
I started teaching English in the year 2006 when I was doing my post graduation there itself. Then I started teaching
Mm,
English and spoken English simultaneously. Later on, slowly I developed my level of teaching.
mm,
Uh, in the year 2019, February 14th, I started my YouTube channel.
okay, great.
I started posting YouTube videos. Okay, such a way
Mm,
I'm doing all these things. Mm.
that's nice. Sorry, I interrupted you. I think you were about to ask me a question.
The question is, yeah, you can watch your video in my YouTube channel.
Okay, sure.
What else? Is there anything else to ask me? We have only
No,
one
I'm fine.
minute.
I'm
uh,
fine. Thank you.
Fine. Okay. You know what? Since we people are came from a regional language, Telugu language, we have a lot of influence, regional language influence, and we don't have a people to talk, to make a conversation with English language. So that is the only one barrier even my students and I are facing. So to avoid this, to overcome all these things, I'm making conversations, I'm posting these videos in my YouTube channel. Okay,
That's
and
great.
thank you for being part of it. And it was really a good
Thank you.
conversation with you. I'm really, proud of you because of being an Indian and you are in the Cambly and you are teaching to the foreign students. I'm really
Thank
proud of you.
you.
Thank you. It was really a nice conversation with
Thank
you.
you.
Bye bye.
Thank you for your
Have a great
kind
day.
words. Bye bye.